Rage is the best defense. I was once in the middle of winter, Michigan State 93-94 school year. I woke up and I just felt a rage. And I was like, I looked around inside my head and my time frame. I said, there's nothing for me to be feeling this kind of rage about. I said, wow. I thought, that means I can carry it. I didn't have to knock it down. I didn't have to kind of tear things apart and figure out where it was coming from and saying, no, you're okay, baby. You didn't do anything to anybody, and they didn't do anything to you. It was just, I woke up with this emotion of rage. And I was like, oh. I said, I got nothing to be angry about. And I realized it was like a pure pleasure. It was almost like a drug. Without there being anything to hold this rage against, that meant there was nothing wrong with it at all. And I said, I can carry this. And I went to my closet and I pulled out a jacket I didn't normally wear, but my hair was growing. And I put this on. And see, that's the thing. As Captain Michael Weir, his brother, Weir, W-E-H-R, we were there in the desert together. His brother was a priest, and then that Captain Zoka guy showed up, whose uncle was Bishop Shaka. Why is religion always chasing me around? What do you want from me? What do you want? So I'm always surrounded by these people, but Captain Mike Weir, he was a very, very serious person who had good advice. And he, for some reason, while we were over there in the desert, he asked me on 2 different days. One day he said, Elderquist, what are you gonna do after you get out of the army? Because everybody knew I was getting out. Well, and I was fighting to get my college money at that time because they didn't want to give it to me. You know, 4 in a war and nothing less, nothing more. And I said, well, I plan to go to college, sir. And he said, oh. And he says, you go. He says, don't let anybody know you were in the military. And I looked at him, I thought that was an odd thing for him to say, but turned out he was in the military and college. And he said, they'll treat you differently. Like there's a preconceived notion. You know, you want to ask me how many people I killed in Iraq and anywhere else I've been? I can't tell you. It's a simple thing. If I tell you, then you'll say, ah, if it's more than you wanted. And if I tell you, and it's less than you wanted, you go, You're always creating images of what a person is, this fantasy world. The closer you think you are to them, I'm not anywhere near you at all, you know. You can get deep inside a person's brain without being anywhere near them. He told me, don't let people know that I was in the military. And then another time, he said, well, you're going to college. He says, don't get in a fraternity. I said, what's that, sir? Why is that? And he says, you will never make it through college if you join a fraternity. He knew me. He was chock full of good advice. And so this day I wake up in a rage. And I never wore my military stuff, but my hair was getting long at the time. And I thought, well, I can start getting away with it now. Now I look like somebody that's just railing on the military, you know, like Bernie Kovitz or something in a wheelchair. Not even that. People don't even relate me to the military because, well, you know, you're supposed to wear a crew cut the rest of your life. Fonzie won a dance marathon after having a motorcycle accident, trauma, problem, and being up all night, and then having to do a dance marathon at Al's or Arthur's or whatever it was at the time, Big A's, and he won it because the guy said crew cut. That was the bet they had, his opponent, and Fonzie didn't want a crew cut. I get him every once in a while, but fuck. Not for the rest of my life. Can't even get a good barber. You know how hard it is to work with this hair? This hair is immaculate. And so I wake up in a rage that morning. And I said, I'm taking it to the streets. And I reached in and I grabbed this jacket. And I put it on. And I still, certainly there was joy, but there was no smile. There was the look of a man in the throes of rage on my face walking down the street. Look at this jacket. I mean, I got a good conduct medal too. It's on my uniform. I had to push them for that because 3 years without an Article 15, you're automatically getting a good conduct medal award. And I may have surprised a lot of people. I know it did. As many times as I stood in front of that desk and walked out, case dismissed, people, First Sergeant During, when I brought it up to him in Saudi, I said, I've been here 3 years. I said, I need my good conduct medal. I had never had a medal before. It was the first one I ever got. I didn't even get one from graduating my advanced individual training. The only award I had was my airborne pin and the stuff they made me wear. And he's like, what do you got? You know, I'm gonna good. I said, 3 years, no Article 15. He's the guy that was putting me in front of the desk all the time. He did not like it one bit. And I got my good conduct medal. And so here, I should be wearing that around too, just for the cops. You know, good conduct. Ha! You got me on a bad day. Ha! But this one is one of my favorites. I put it on this jacket just to have it because, well, look. That's the Minuteman Award. That is the short timers pin. They give it to you in your last couple weeks there. And while you're out processing, everybody knows leave them the fuck alone. And so it's also called the Army lapel pin on my DD-214. So I'm not sure what it's really called, but the Minuteman Award was the one we went by in my unit, because people get that, they're like, I got it. And then you walk around, you do your stuff, Minuteman. And actually this one, I don't remember ever seeing anybody get called up in front of PT muster, you know, to get this. But when I was getting out and I was standing down there in my own unit, an Army of One, standing there and they're like, Elderquist, get up here. And I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm standing in front of a formation, you know, and there's Captain Gavlin. He takes out and he says, I got this for you. And he put this thing on me, this Army lapel pin. This is the best award I ever got. And I got what people would consider to be better awards, but this is the best of them all. You know, I'm getting out. And he said, and he put it on me in front of the whole formation, the whole company, you know, getting ready to run. And he says, is there anything you'd like to say? And I was just, if I'd have known that they were going to do this, I would have come up with a speech, because I had a good story about making it. And I just said, I looked at everybody and I said, I'd like to thank you all for coming here today. And you see that? They were required to be there. That was, we were going running. But for me to have said that, that was the kind of joke that I made. And everybody said, that's the way I remember it. I might have made it up. But I'm sure that's the way it went. Because I came in fresh and left like a dirty pamper on a child left in a cabin for 2 weeks alone with nobody to change his diaper. I am infamy. I am legend. That's not my opinion. That's what I've heard. You'd be good to get on board with me. And so, yeah, got all this stuff. I put on this angry jacket. I said, And I went out into the streets in Lansing, going to my classes. And I walk like I have a purpose. And that day I walked like I was walking through the north side. Just don't fuck with me. And I was just walking, and I was feeling this rage, this just burning love. Just this rage was just all through my body. And I said, and I just kept walking. And people steered clear of me. I've had bums go without me saying a thing to them as they're about to approach me. And they say, sorry, man. I'm like, yeah, I've had that. If you can carry a look that tells a bum stay the fuck away from you, you're on your way to the best days of your life. Nobody will fuck with you. And so I walked through that day with that rage, and I realized, as I said, nothing to be angry about. Nothing to be angry about. Just feeling the emotion. That emotion, it was just a life-giving force. You got to be able to understand. Like this one girl in Mary's Tavern once was talking about her dad being bipolar, and I told her, I said, I'm not bipolar. I think of myself more as being unipolar. I said, I feel rage and joy. I said, but rarely do I get anywhere beneath just mellow. You know, there's no depression in that bipolar part of it. There's just a joy, just a strength, just a, this is what it is to be alive, you know? Feeling that life coursing through you. And so today, I was out in the world, and I'm gonna tell you, I went through that feeling. I had the rage welling up, and I realized that I had nothing to be angry about. About 3/4 of the way through the day, I was out there, and I said, I was like, I said, I'm gonna take this home. And I was walking by this one guy, and he looked at me, he saw I was going to my car, and he says, take it easy on the road. Take it easy on the road. So I remember, you say, you know, just keep people the fuck away from you. Take it easy on the road. And I said, I said, don't you know? Right now I'm taking this on the road. I said, I can only hope somebody's gonna fuck with me in a way that I need to defend myself. This is rage. And you don't have to take it out. Just hold it dear. Nobody's gonna fuck with you. But if they do, they should have known better.